The things we can do. It's been 8 years now since I began to write. And as the years go by, I become more dead, more cynical, more pessimistic, and I find it gets harder and harder to want to do more in life. It's hard to pick up my pen. It's hard to hit these keys. It's hard to sit down and want to create. I've seen a lot of things in my life, no more and no less than anyone else. I know about 3 boys, now men, sitting in a garage on lawn chairs, the TV off and radio on, knowing it will never be the same. Earlier, we'd watched the towers crumble via the TV screen, which is the only reality any of us know anymore. I know where I was when I heard Brandon Lee died, and Stanley Kubrick, and George C. Scott, and Elliott Smith. I knew a girl who'd been in my home several times, calling my house at all hours of the night saying she was going to kill herself. Years later, her body was found beaten, bound by a chain, floating in Miami County Lake. I knew a girl who was fucked by 2 guys I knew behind a garbage dumpster next to Ad Astra Pool. Years later, I saw her working a register at Kmart, and she couldn't look me in the eyes, although I wanted to tell her I don't think bad of her. I watched the wall fall and OJ take his ride, and the Branch Davidians burn for no reason, and I've watched as Michael Jackson has slowly gone insane. I saw those kids covered in blood, running from their cafeteria as the news vultures circled above. I've seen those beautiful girls from my high school days destroyed by alcohol and drugs, and I've seen those popular high school guys destroyed by those women. I know about the abortions and the 15-year-olds' miscarriages. I know what it is like to look in the eyes of someone whom you've loved for years and who has been your friend, and you no longer recognize anything about them. I've always seen the darkest things. I've always seen the pain. I've always seen. I've never enjoyed it, but also I never wanted to stop. When I look around and see this destruction, it makes me want to do something about it. Too many people live day to day looking the other way. They don't want to see the scum and the horror. They just want their television, their beer, and the occasional fuck. I've always known that I was cursed, with looking too deep into those things around me, seeing too much meaning or seeing meaning in something that has none. I look at children, all I can see is what they one day will grow up to be. I look at myself and my friends now, and it hurts to remember we weren't always like this. But through all of this shit, all of the darkness in my head, I still smile, and I still have my moments where I shine. Because being cursed is also a blessing. Seeing so much evil also gives me the pleasure of seeing the good in the tiniest of things. The feeling of a kiss on your eyelids. The feel of your lover's cold ass rubbing against your stomach as you sleep. The rush of emotion when someone tells you they love you. The scent of women on your pillowcase. The feeling of finishing a project and being able to type the end. The look in your brother's eyes that tells you he is amazed by you. The wetness from a kiss from 10 years ago that still lingers on your lips. Those midnight drives. Those songs that give you goosebumps. The hugs that take your breath away. The hugs that almost knock you over. Those wide smiles that make your eyes squint. The way she wiggles when she walks. The way she runs her fingers over your back. Those pictures of friends that capture the moment and the feel of back in the day. The feel of not wanting to sleep. The feel of not wanting to wake. So much. It's been so long. I've been at this for so many years. I'm still lost and striving to be found, but fuck, I'll never stop. My dad asked me, after reading my earlier books, Streetlights Through Arscradia, if they'll ever be a little lighter. And I told him probably not. I have to write the way I write, whether it is good or bad. I'd like to think it's good. I don't know. I have to be honest. And my work has to be pure. Maybe my work will take a turn, but I thought that at the end of Arscradia Artists. I don't know. Maybe it has. You tell me. I don't think so. All I know is all I know. And all I know is that this is how I write, and I won't forcibly change. Through all of this, All of this shit, the piss and the lies. There is deception and corruption, pain and death in the world. And I don't want to be like the people who turn their eyes away. I want to look at it and study it, because I like being able to also appreciate the glaring opposite. In this world, the greatest thing to me is that a child, a boy, a man, can sit down, put pen to paper or fingers to keys, and write whatever the fuck he wants. And that power may be something that ends up putting a smile on a face, a tear in the eye, or changing the world. So to wrap this up, please believe me when I say I miss you all. Those whom have faded from my life, and those whom I've pushed away. But I have so much to do before I die. Once again, I must rise to never fall. This time around, though, it's truly about saying goodbye.